Hey, this is Kurt Angle, and I want to give a shout out to the best podcast in the business, Nightcap Recap. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Jim Biringer here, Nightcap Recap. We're going old school tonight. IG Live, myself, Teddy Repantis. We're going to get it up on Nightcap Recap Media on YouTube. Also going to get it up on Specialty Media for everybody. We are rocking out. Shout out to be there. Can't wait to be recording. Can't wait to be there. Period. E-Rock, you the man, baby. Always. But we got lots to discuss tonight. nWo for life. That is it, baby.
What's up,
nWo.
baby? You know
What
I
is
had to do
going
it. I had
on?
to throw on the nWo shirt. 30 years. We're gonna talk about it. Jimmy, out in the great state of Vermont. How we doing, brother?
I'm doing good, as everybody can see from my face. I've been outside all day,
I
so
can see that. You look like you were out in the Caribbean for since the last time I saw you. I love it, man.
that's
Getting your
it.
work out there.
New look, little haircut, little fresh look.
I
Get
like it.
little styling and profiling. Season's
Woo!
over. Vacation. We are here. We got stuff to talk about. Going old school. We'll get it up like we said off the top.
Love
We
it.
got World Cup. We got CM Punk news. I watched TNA first episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Everybody knows I'm a big TNA guy from '04 to 2010, heyday of TNA wrestling. We
I
got
can't
stuff
wait
to
to
talk
watch
about.
that. I can't wait to watch that.
Bro, it's so good so far. I'm not going to spoil anything. We'll talk about it when you're done watching it, but everybody knows we're big TNA guys. Also, AMC, we need some residuals if you're going to continue to show us on the television.
Yes. I mean, at this point, we're going on 6 months, I think, maybe longer than that. I mean, at this point, our faces have been plastered over AMC. The people need to know, at least give us a shout out with the @night_cap_recap. Give us that at least if you're not going to give us residuals.
Well, I mean, I think we should get some residuals when Jalen Brunson's on that other show.
Well, that too. I mean,
Right?
listen, we've been talking about it from day one. This is 6 years running on here. Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, love you both, but you jumped on the bandwagon of the Nightcap Recap. You stole the name. You're more famous and you make more money than us, so you probably got a trademark. But there's only one Nightcap Recap. It's the one that's ahead of the game, and it's this show right here.
And also, Chris Fowler let me use the name, so, I mean.
Boom. You got
Already,
permission. So,
I got permission, so I did
yeah.
things the right way like they do in the wrestling business.
Yeah, we didn't get no email from Chad and Shannon. If they brought us on the show, we could discuss something, you know?
Exactly. But we got lots to discuss. I guess we should start off with the World Cup for our boy Kavak. Show him some love. Paramus, Bergen County, all the storms. Hope everybody is safe, cleaning up. Big July 4th storm. Shout out to Kavak. But his guy, Lionel Messi, Argentina, continues. This guy, GOAT status, best soccer player in the world. I mean, look, everybody's been asking me, do I watch the soccer? I'm like, nope, done. I'll watch the tennis. That's about it. But got to give love to Lionel Messi.
Yeah, man. I mean, Argentina, once again, I mean, they got to the knockout stage. Capo Verde gave them a run for their money a couple days ago in that first knockout stage game. They tied the game, and Argentina had to win it in extra time. And then this one, Egypt goes up 2-0. There's about 20 minutes left in the game with some, 5-10 minutes of stoppage time. Argentina somehow 3 goals in a span of 25 minutes. Messi with another amazing goal to take Argentina, the defending champs, from the brink of elimination, and a shocker. A team that would have been one of the biggest upsets we've ever seen in soccer history. And I was talking to Chris about it on the phone yesterday. Of course, like you said, shout it out. Glad everybody's safe, family safe. There was some damage, but everybody's doing okay. No power. He was going to be on the show with us. We'll get him on here. But he was just talking about how Argentina's just giving all their fans heart palpitations. I mean, I told him it's like watching the Niners playoff games. You think they're going to win. They're the favorites. They're losing. They come out and pull out the victory. So Argentina, the heart of a champion. There's a reason they're the defending champs. Shout out to one of the GOATs, Messi. And then on the other side, Ronaldo in Portugal, they lost to Spain. His career is officially over. So some of the all-time greats, their careers are winding down here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, got to give love to Messi, Ronaldo. We always knew that there was always a big debate who was a better guy. you just got to enjoy everybody. It's like in the tennis world when we talk about Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. You just got to marvel what those guys do now. Sinner, Alcaraz, guys like that. You just marvel what they do. Enjoy it all. And look, not that Team USA was going to win anyway. Belgium, very tough opponent. But Belgium, a little extra motivation in that knockout round game. Not surprised the Belgians came out 1-4. I mean, the Red Devils, they trolled them after the game. You can overturn this. I loved it.
Yeah.
They
won the game. They could do whatever they want.
I mean, I think the only troll would have been better if they put like the DX suck it meme on it too to say overturn this. Like I'm just trying to have some fun here.
Yeah.
But
that's great.
Belgium, extra motivation. Look, I'll say this: you never tempt the sports gods. What it's going to be is what's going to be, whether the guy was playing or not. You don't try to get stuff overturned because when you do, the sports gods intervene and say, not this time.
Yeah, and it was weird because Team USA looked so good in the group stages, and it seemed they just came out really flat in this one. Complete opposite of how they've been playing, surprisingly. But again, like you said, maybe it seemed like they were playing a little nervous and scared because Belgium just did whatever they wanted. I mean,
and they went young too. The Belgian, I was reading the Belgian lineup went younger.
Yeah, until the very end when they brought all their veterans in for subs and they got another goal at the very end. But agreed, yeah, Belgium went young. I talked to a couple soccer fans that know the game well that played. Craig and Dan explained to me what Belgium was really doing was a basic strategy, and they were able to get behind the USA defenders pretty easily, as you saw in the first goal. And then it's 2-1. USA ties the game. Elation, we're back in it. You let up a goal 61 seconds later. And then the goalie, with the brain fart, pulls a Youngwei coup. His foot gets stuck in the turf, and he doesn't kick the ball.
I love that reference.
Jimmy, you're a hockey guy. Goalies should not stray far from the net, right?
No, stay in your net. Like, stay in the net, bro.
What are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be that far out.
Unless you're Martin Brodeur, who can play the puck and send the puck the length of the ice. Stay in your net. Goalies got to stay in the crease.
Clear that thing, man. What are you doing? Like, I don't know if it was a brain fart combined with his foot got jammed up in the grass, whatever.
And then, I mean, once it was 3-1, it was game over.
Game over at that point. The other goal was whatever. Team USA, up until that point, proud of them, played well. But this just shows that on an international stage with the world, we're nowhere near the level of talent that we think we are. We have a long ways to go.
And let's be honest here. Like, I know some people might, in the comment section, may not like what I have to say, but they had an easy path to the round of 16.
Yeah, I mean, look, they didn't play any tough games.
No.
In the group stages, they played awesome. The first game with Paraguay was a shocker because no one expected that. So they looked really good. And Balogun, I love that guy, but again, like, didn't play well. Christian Pulisic, the captain, did play terrible. I mean, the biggest game of your life, and you didn't even show up.
And you get hurt, and you don't even want to take yourself out.
Yeah, and the Belgian players were just overpowering Team USA, stole the ball whenever they wanted to. And I didn't like Pulisic's comments after saying, oh, I can rest now. I mean, you got enough rest, and you didn't play until the third game, really. So you got enough rest. I mean, that doesn't show me the heart of a champion. So hopefully Team USA can find a player that can get them on the level of these other teams in the world here.
So we like Argentina to go all the way, or what do we think?
I mean, the way it's looking right now, I mean, if they're going to pull out games like this, I really like the way Spain looked and France. Both Spain and France looked really dominant in their respective wins. I'd love to see, just out of like now who I'm rooting for, Norway is fun to watch because they got the fans, right? Holland is awesome.
And he was at a Carolina Hurricanes Stanley Cup final game, so I'll give him some love.
These fans, they were just at MetLife. They shocked Brazil. They're all in the middle. They're doing the rowboat, which is awesome. It's been taking over the world here over the United States.
MetLife has looked after Norway won a game.
Right. So, from a standpoint of a fun thing to see, Norway, it would be cool. I'd be okay with England too, but I think realistically, France and on the other side, Spain or Argentina. That's probably your final.
Yeah. All right, so, I mean, some heavy favorites there. You never know. Could be a couple of upsets in the quarterfinals and semis. We don't know what's going to happen. But, yeah, I think the two favorites coming in were Argentina and France to meet up in a final.
Yep.
See if Messi can get another one. Or does France get it back? Spain, hey, whatever. but it should be good for the fans that watch. For the fans who don't, we got tennis. We got Zverev and Arthur Ferry. Nice fairy tale story. Their Wimbledon qualifier from England, from Great Britain. He's getting to the semi. He's going to take on the Roland Garros champion, Alexander Zverev. And then obviously Friday, popcorn match, Sinner, Djokovic. Should be good. So, again, a lot of sports on calendar. Yankees still stink. So, I mean, sorry, guys, but they do. Awful.
Yeah, historically bad. They're historically bad.
Historically bad. Again, not to touch on it too much because we got wrestling to talk about. But, again, George Steinbrenner was still around. Or if this ownership had any guts, they'd have fired Brian Cashman 3 years ago when his team should have been just restarted.
You can't say the June swoon anymore. We're in July. We're headed to the All-Star break. Aaron Judge is not close to coming back.
Stanton's hurt. Pitching sucks.
Pitching hasn't been great. You said Stanton's hurt too, right?
Yeah, Stanton's hurt.
Stanton's hurt. So I don't know what's going to happen here for these guys. Listen, the fact that the AL is really bad helps them. They should get at least a wild card spot if Tampa Bay, starts running away with this division. So they'll be in the mix. It's just that are they going to be ready to go?
They're not a contender. They're just not a World Series contender.
Yeah, no, again, the AL is down. That's their only out.
Right, but what I'm saying is even with the AL down, even if they get in the playoffs, this team is still not good enough to compete with the Dodgers or any team in the NL. Yo, our boy Kavak just showed up.
Chris, what's up, my man? Glad you're in here, man.
What's up, my brother?
We were just talking World Cup, shouting you out.
Yo, Kirby, Cats and Rats just showing up. Everybody's showing up now. We just shout out your boy Messi. So, NWO for life, baby. Let's go.
If we're talking sports still before we go to the wrestling, 10 Sundays away from this past Sunday.
That means we're 10 Saturdays away from college football start, or 9 Saturdays.
Yeah, Scott Hansen put the tweet out. 10 Sundays from now, we will be talking about kicking off the first Sunday of the NFL season.
Right,
so we're getting close.
We can have the summer a little bit.
I agree with you, man. It's been a great summer. I'm loving it. But, in about a month from now, we'll be doing our preview here.
Hey, and everybody knows who to turn into for the previews because, we're spot on.
Our predictions.
Hey, just guys, go watch the previous shows. Go find everything else. But I'm telling you right now.
Hey, Mom. Mom's in here.
I'm telling you right now. Go find the old stuff. We were spot on last season.
Hey, yeah, you're right, Jimmy. And Chris, thank you. Jimmy said no soccer talk on here. We're expanding our horizons. We talk a little tennis as well. We like to.
Everybody knows that was in good fun. Everybody that knows that was in good fun.
No, of course it's a good fun, but we like to expand the horizons. We're for the fans, so we give the fans what they want here.
Yo, my man Kirby up in Calgary, Dungeon Wrestling. We know about Stu Hart. We know about the Dungeon. We know about our guy Bret the Hitman Hart.
Hell yeah,
he's our guy. But speaking of a Bret Hart guy, CM Punk, new world champion, WWE champion on Raw the other night, comes back to Chicago, wins the title. Love the hit it. Yeah, and we're going to talk NWO 30 years of the NWO as well. Speaking of an NWO move, I got to bring in the hockey a little bit. Daniel Alfredsson, lifelong Ottawa Senator, just on the Ottawa Senator bench. It's going to be associate coach for the heated Ontario rival Toronto Maple Leafs. It's like Hulk Hogan going NWO, baby.
Holy cow. Alfredsson is synonymous with the Senators, right?
Right. Now he's going to be a Maple Leaf. Man, he went NWO, baby.
NWO. Sometimes you got to turn heel, man.
Hey, you got to have a heel run. I've had a couple myself.
Got to have a heel run every now and then, right?
Speaking of heel runs, do we think now that Punk's won the title because of all the backlash, criticism, how during his first run, remember back in the day, he called out the part-timers, he called out, called out The Rock, all those guys. The fact that he now comes back part-timer, hasn't been on, Sami Zayn kind of getting screwed, 9-day championship run. I feels like we got a heel turn here, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna talk about the comments that were made. I think the wrestlers that are tweeting things clearly keeping kayfabe. If you look at who's commenting, it's all of Punk's rivals: Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, Kevin Owens, who's best friends with Sammy. Jack Perry chimed in.
And, by the way, Jack Perry no contract with AEW yet. So
right. So if you look at just that, okay, they're working. Of course, they're gonna say those things. for the fans coming out here and trying to compare this to something that Hulk Hogan would do, and or The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, like what The Rock did to him about a decade ago. CM Punk has been a full-time guy since he's been back. He took 2 months off. He's been off for 8 weeks. He's been full-time since he got back. The guy deserved a little break and vacation with his wife. He was clearly on vacation and getting himself in really good shape for this moment, clearly, right? So I think this was one of the plans all along, whether they wanted to save this for Mania next year or they pulled the trigger and said we're doing it now because we need to sell some tickets for SummerSlam. I don't like the comparison saying that Punk's coming in here and like being hypocritical. Pay attention. That's not the case here. Dwayne was away for like 10 years, came back, took the title for no reason because Vinnie Mac thought Punk could have main evented Mania. This is not the same thing.
No, it is absolutely not the same.
thing.
It's not like Roman, and it's also not Roman coming back and taking the title from him.
Yeah, correct. It is not the same thing. Unfortunately, some of the higher-ups, if we are to believe what's being said, they don't think Sami Zayn's a money player, which is a shame. Yeah, creatine made Punk. That's a good one right there.
I like that
He's
one.
been putting in the work, apparently. He's been working with a trainer. I think he
was working with Chad Gable a couple of days, too.
Gable, and there's somebody, I heard it on a podcast. They were talking about who he's working with. But my thing is, Sami Zayn, unfortunately, got the Darby Allin, hey, pat you on the back.
Yeah, but Darby at least had a month title reign.
I would love to see Sami get another opportunity because he clearly puts in great work with whatever he does. He's very underappreciated, and maybe one day him and Kevin Owens can battle it out for a title again in the future. But we all knew we were going to, as soon as the situation with Cody went down, CM Punk was coming back. They're in Chicago. It makes the most sense. You got the pop, one of the loudest pops of the night. This combined with the Sami title switch, we said for a while it's getting predictable. They shook things up a little bit. I'll give them credit. Let's see where it goes. Do they do the CM Punk heel turn here now? Because Cody could come in and say, hey, this was my title shot. Title shots are falling out of the sky. Punk was there, happened to be there.
I think I would like a CM Punk heel run right now with the belt.
And
He's so much better that way.
I agree, and I'm loving the Mania 9 comparison, though, with Hulk and Brett. That was funny. I'll give
that was great. I love that.
That's funny. It's not the same thing, but it's hilarious that they did that. That is really funny. But CM Punk, we know what he is as a heel. He's money, right? So if you're going to do it and you're afraid to turn Cody at this moment still, and Punk's got to be the heel, he could carry that easily, Jimmy.
Well, and I think also, like I said in the group text, it righted or wrong from WrestleMania because now Punk has a belt, and now he can, obviously you need a guy for USA and everything. Again, SummerSlam, again, whose fault is it that ticket sales aren't an issue? Again, you look at lower both seats.
Don't make it 2 nights. Don't make it 2 nights. How about that?
Also, don't make it 2 nights and don't charge $2,300 to sit downstairs.
Correct. Easy fix. Easy fix.
Easy fix. Easy fix.
Yeah.
But you go back to Punk, right? Again, if you're afraid to turn Cody heel, there's a lot of history there with Punk and Cody. Last time we saw Punk, he's like, "Yo, be ready. Anybody's got to be ready for a title shot."
Yeah.
I think, and here's the thing: you don't have to switch the belt now at SummerSlam.
No.
You can let Punk run it till Mania.
Well, here's the thing. Now, this is what I think Tripp's made right here. I'm loving the fact that Punk here in the renaissance of his career. Obviously, we don't know how much longer we have with him in the ring. He got a world title run. He got a WWE title run. He got a main event, a couple WrestleManias. He got to be like the focal point. They made right for what was not given to him on his way out and what he was griping about. Basically was like, hey, give me an opportunity to be that guy. Triple H made right, so let's give credit where it's due. Let's enjoy whatever we got of this summer of Punk. 15 years almost to the day. He wins a title in the same building. We're going to get another summer. I agree. Don't lose it. Drop it to a Braun break. We've been talking. You're telling us you're going to change the guard, and the young guys are going to move up here. Beat Cody at SummerSlam. Maybe keep it a little longer. Put over a guy like Braun.
Pull the trigger. Well, obviously, we know it's not going to be Braun Breaker and Punk at Saudi.
Yeah, he's going to SmackDown now, yeah.
Right, but what I'm saying is you got to figure out who your next main event guys is because it's clearly it can't be the same guys all the time.
It should be Oba, Braun, Jacob. That's 3 right there I just gave you. And then whoever
LA
else.
Knight is another one.
Well, let's talk about – you want to talk about his promo? Because,
Let's
that
do
was
it.
amazing.
That was the greatest promo I've seen in a long time.
I mean, look, again, we'll just say it every week because we'll just continue to add to the clips we have. LA Knight, make this guy a main eventer. He proved it again Saturday. Monday night.
That was an Austin level promo. That was an Austin 316
Yeah,
level promo.
that might be the tipping point that he needed to get the crowd back behind. I mean, the crowd's been behind him, but on another level, standing in there with a Seth Rollins, one of the key guys, right, and going toe to toe on the mic and saying, "Hey, brother, this, brother, that." I was loving that. Like where he just
Dude, he's like, "What are you the greatest of all time at?"
Being what?
Being what?
Stealing guys' spots, which as far as LA Knight, he does make a good point when the turnaround.
I mean, that felt like a work shoot. That felt like a work shoot promo.
That was from the heart. And I think Seth's smirk was, I think he was number one, try not to laugh because LA Knight will make you laugh. And number two, I think he was actually proud that LA Knight, was able to kick it up another notch. Because, Seth's the guy for the business and probably going to be taking over Triple H's shoes eventually down the road. So I feel like Seth.
I just like the fact that like he called out all the BS those guys did.
Yeah, because he's right. If you look back at 2023, he was feuding with Bray Wyatt early in the year. Cody was on his run. That's when like the turnaround happened, right? And that's why we were upset that The Rock just happened to hitch his wagon and say, "Oh, it's because of me. I'm back." Nah, man, it started like when Cody came back in 2022 and into 23, and LA Knight was on the rise, and that led him to fight Roman at the end of the year. So I feel like he does have a point when he says this, right?
He does.
And they were afraid to pull the trigger on him. So,
And now he's a main event player. He continues to be a main event player.
He is. He just continues to be in the vortex of the bloodline, of which we're still in like the 5th inning or whatever it is, Jimmy.
I'm tired of it, man. I keep, and I'm not the only one. You're starting to hear like everybody's starting to get tired of the bloodline, and we're gonna run this thing past what, Mania 43? If
that's what they said. Supposedly past Mania 43. I mean, how long can this thing?
Why? Like I seen this movie already. It was boring the first time.
You need. I don't know what's gonna happen. What the end goal is here, because unless Roman's like, "Hey, I don't got much longer wrestling," like this is just gonna continue. They're telling us it's not gonna continue, but it is though.
But here's the thing: like Roman could lose the belt along the way. Like,
we don't need a 1,300 day title reign again.
Like I get it. Like we're trying to change the idea of what championships mean, but we've been saying it and harping on this show for a million years. The title can change hands. Like it's great when the title changes hands. We always reference our boy Joe. Like when Diesel at a random house show, Diesel wins the WWF title. Yeah. Like, and then his dad's like, "Yo, we're out."
Yo, Bob Backlund got screwed. I'm out of here.
That was great.
Oh man.
But like, how many Raws did we watch growing up? Like the WWF title, like early on it didn't because Raw was still early on in like the early '90s. But like when we got to the Attitude Era, and even in '97, like right before the Attitude Era, Brett wins the title at the In Your House show. Sid wins it back. Like we're having championship matches on Raw. Like we don't know when the title's gonna change hands. Like again, Kane wins it at a pay-per-view. Austin wins it the night. It's like that's okay.
Yeah, the fact that guys like Kane and Mick Foley, who did not have long title reigns either, and now that the fact that they gave it to Sammy, I know he only got 9 days, but I kind of like that, hey, okay, like some of our like on the edge guys that are the upper mid card could be a main eventer. Let's give them a, hey, you've been doing great work. You deserve a title run. So I think LA Knight, look, Jey Uso got one. Damian Priest got one. Sami Zayn got one. You're telling me LA Knight can't get one here in the near future? If that's what you're telling me, that's a bunch of BS. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Because LA Knight's a main event player. He's been world champion in every company he's been in.
And look, if he wins it, what have we said, Jimmy? Let him win it. Give us a couple months to see what business is like. Can he sustain it? If he can't sustain it and it's not a good run, okay, take it off of him.
Everybody, and look, we always bring it back to Brett, and I'm gonna bring it back to Brett.
Yeah.
Everybody says he couldn't draw. Well, apparently he could draw because he's always got the best pops when he was champion.
Yep.
He had the best matches. Business was good.
Jey Uso got 52 days. You're telling me LA Knight can't get like
30
days?
Can't get a month?
Yeah, can't get through. Give him 90 days, see what he can do.
Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. What they did with Jericho when he first came in, that quick, kind of, okay, we're going to put the title on you. We're going to see what it looks like. But it's kind of a funky finish just to see the crowd reaction. If the crowd reaction's there, Because
Yeah.
Vince kind of learned from like the Lex Luger experiment where he tried to just give the guy the title and the crowd was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Mixed reaction.
but they had a moment where they thought Jericho won the belt and the place popped.
Yeah.
Like if you do that with LA Knight against like a Roman or a Punk, and the crowd's there, then you know you got something.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to put LA Knight back with Roman. I don't know. I don't know if I foresee that happening because I think that's Oba's rise there. LA Knight might have to go back to SmackDown. I think because I think he's just going to be overshadowed by some of the guys on Raw. But if they're not afraid, and if Rollins somehow wins this thing and they're like, all right, Rollins says I'll make good on my promise, and LA Knight can get the first title shot, or give him the Money in the Bank that he should have won 3 years in a row. Later this year. That's another opportunity.
If he gets Money in the Bank, I think a lot of it'll be made up.
Yeah, and that's in September now, right? I think that's in September.
Yeah, September after SummerSlam.
So hey, if he's got to do this Bloodline Vortex stuff for a couple months, let him get that Money in the Bank, and then at some point next year when it's least expected, bam, you cash in, you're the champ. I would love that.
I mean, look, it worked for Edge. It worked for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Look, we hope for the best for LA Knight. Love what CM Punk's doing. Yeah.
And a big congrats to Sami Zayn because I think it's overshadowed by the people that, A, were hating on number one that he won it, and B, the ones that are upset that
and I
he
love
only
this
held it
promo,
9 days.
real quick. I love the promo after he lost, too, because
I agree.
That was from the heart, but it was also with his character, the last good guy, right? Like,
correct.
That's
how good he is.
But also everybody say, oh, there wasn't a storyline with this. Well, if you've been paying attention from January,
there is.
Where's your payoff?
This is the payoff. The payoff was that he was just so insane with trying to get a title shot, always messing up with Cody. He finally got it, won a title, and then he lost it quick. This just adds to that character, and I think he deserves some credit here because, again, underappreciated, much like a Mick Foley, more of a heart and soul guy. His stuff won't be appreciated fully until he's retired. So that's what I think with Sami Zayn.
Exactly. We said it off the top. 30 years, nWo, baby. That's it for life. Throwing it up July 7th, 1996. A few weeks after the Austin 316 at the Mecca Arena at the King of the Ring. Like, we had a couple big moments in 96. The rise of Austin 316.
Yeah.
Then we have Bash the Beast 96. The heel turn. We had obviously Scott Hall, Kevin Nash coming in. WCW, their leave WBF, curtain call, everything. And then, it's 2-on-3. Who's going to be the third man? Who's the third guy? Hogan comes out. Bobby Heenan, they're not lighting the line of the night. He's like, whose side is he on? Because he had a rivalry with Hogan and the WWF back in the day. And Dusty's just like, what do you mean, whose side is he on?
Yeah.
And then the leg drop heard around the world.
Oh, man. I mean, I still remember, I think back, like, we were 10 years old. Like, it's crazy to think about we were 10 years old when that happened because we were talking wrestling at school regularly. So it just
every day, man. We were doing it every day.
It felt like we were older, but we were only 10 which was what's crazy. Because I remember that moment. Unbelievable seeing Hulk Hogan coming out.
Greatest heel turn ever in the history of the business.
Yeah, the unexpected. I mean, growing up as a Hogan fan, no one would ever think you could pull the trigger and make him the bad guy. And it worked, man. It worked. It was the greatest, like you said, changed the wrestling business forever.
It gave Hogan new life in the wrestling business because he was really stale.
Absolutely. He was getting way too stale. And they were teasing some dark side stuff the year before that, but they never really pulled the trigger. So credit to Eric Bischoff for having the balls.
But if you look at Hogan's history, maybe he was a heel the whole time.
He might have been a heel the whole time. If you listen to Bobby Heenan and the guys that went against him, he was a heel the whole time. He just was more open about it. But Jimmy, it's just wherever you went, nWo shirts everywhere.
Look, dude. You do think about it, right? They did that. Just took Nitro to the next level. You formed the nWo.
It was the catalyst for them to beat Monday Night Raw for 83 straight weeks. That started the
and it was 3 WWF guys that went down there and did it. The Outsiders, the New World Order, these guys, they showed they could be main event players.
It was the unthinkable. You took Hogan. It was the smartest thing they could have done because if it was Sting or anybody else, it wouldn't have had the same punch. It had to be Hogan.
Scott Hall said that best. He's like, no disrespect to the Stinger, man, but it just wouldn't work.
It had to be Hogan because it was the guy that you never thought would turn his back on the fans. telling the fans to stick it, the new world order of professional wrestling. I mean, and you can make an argument, again, like we say, like the best babyface of all time and one of the probably a top 3 heel run of all time.
Oh, easily.
Hollywood,
I mean, that saved his
Hollywood Hogan.
career.
He might be the number one as a babyface and as a heel. That's how good he was as Hollywood Hogan. I will go back now. I can look back on the full scope of the career and say I think I enjoyed Hollywood Hogan way more than Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Like,
I loved Hollywood Hogan. Hollywood
Yeah.
Hogan was great. And the best part is he went back to Hogan when the NWO came into WWE
Right,
in 2002. Like when they brought it back, and then The Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania 18 was ridiculous. Like that was just off the chart. But the WCW run, getting the title, the run, like did the NWO grow too much? Yeah. Did they rely on it too much? Yeah. The best was like they actually, when they formed the Wolfpack, they went to like the original colors of the NWO, which was supposed to be like that black and red, which was really cool.
Yeah, look, the impact of that is still felt to this day, man. I mean, the
number one, I think it's still like the number one selling shirt, along with like Austin 316.
NWO and Austin shirts both happened within 2 weeks of each other, and 30 years later are both still the highest selling T-shirts. It was a cool thing to be with the NWO. Scott Hall coming out and says, "Hey, are you with WCW? Are you with the NWO? One more for the good guys." Survey says. One more for the good guys. We live for that every week, man. And we grew up at the right age. We were becoming teenagers. It was
the Attitude Era and
Attitude Era, NWO.
It was awesome.
You got to give them credit for changing the business forever. That inspired so many people to become wrestlers, or some of the storylines you see today that's still feeling the impact 30 years later. It's crazy, man.
I mean, everybody tries to recreate that heel turn. WWE tried to do it with The Rock. Didn't work, clearly.
And John Cena.
Didn't work. Like Hogan's heel turn with the NWO was the greatest heel turn. Maybe, I mean, you could say maybe Andre was up there too, but Hogan had more impact on the business than Andre's did. Even though you didn't expect Andre to turn heel either at the time to challenge Hogan for the belt. But
it was great.
It was great for business.
It was great for business, and I would say, obviously, the turning point. It was great for the first year and a half. The Starrcade situation, that's where you should have made the switch to Sting instead of like what happened there. We know there's a dark side of the ring on that as well, right? I believe they talked about it on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Where like how Brett came in, like the whole
they kind of messed everything up.
It
became too. They didn't have they did not have like an end goal or a reason for this storyline to continue. They just kept adding to it. It became stale. The first year and a half was phenomenal. Some of the best television you'll ever see.
And then the leg drop from Doom.
Never be another WWF.
No, ever. Unless you want to count the World Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah, with the panda.
The panda, baby. But like when they had the finger poke of Doom, when they ended Goldberg's streak, it was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Then you had like NWO Hollywood, NWO Black or White, the Wolfpack was cool though. Like the
Wolfpack was cool. Yeah, Wolfpack was awesome because I think it found new life again. The Goldberg stuff. But once there was
no SummerSlam in '85, bud.
So once that happened with the finger poke of Doom and the stuff with the Stinger, I mean that's where it kind of started going downhill. But the impact, it's a shame.
The first, like '96 to like the mid '97 was like
the Hulkster and Scott Hall, unfortunately, obviously no longer with us to be here. How
about Daytona Beach yesterday at the arena throwing it up for the NWO?
That was cool. Kevin Nash posted that. I thought that was really, really cool. Roddy Piper, one of the best.
Roddy Piper, WrestleMania, baby. First WrestleMania. Should have done business. Him and Hogan would have made a lot of money.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool that the arena where that happened, that Bash at the Beach in '96 happened, commemorated it. And I think WWE is doing some Homage is doing a good job with some merchandise. So just crazy
Rodman
to say
merch.
30
We need
years.
the Rodman merch. Where's the Rodman merch?
Yeah, the Rodman merch is there. Just crazy to say 30 years ago on that night, the wrestling business changed forever. And we were talking about it and just couldn't believe it. As wrestling fans that didn't know about like the ins and outs and the backstage, we were like, what is going on?
That was the best, man. That was the best when we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And then you had to tune in every week to see what the heck was going on Raw and Nitro. That was the best.
You actually had to tune in and flip back and forth with your remote control, not record it, not stream it. You had to watch it on cable TV and sit there with the remote.
And think about it. Bischoff was saying it. How about I believe Madison Square Garden held the first SummerSlam.
Yeah, no, was it the Garden or the Meadowlands? Probably the Garden, though.
Garden, I think, because
I think it was
89.
either the
No,
Garden
because
or the Meadowlands.
89 was Meadowlands.
Okay,
89 was Meadowlands.
so it was the Garden then. It had to be.
Garden had it 88, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe 88.
What did
Yeah, I was
Bischoff
right.
say?
Yeah. Yeah, MSG.
There we
But
go.
I was gonna say, like, just think about it. Like, we were flipping back and forth in '96, like watching Nitro, watching Raw. Like, we didn't know the ins and outs of the business, and we're just like, this is the greatest thing ever.
It
Like, we're
really
just
was.
like you were just enthralled with it. You're like, you didn't know what you were doing. Like, we just talk about it every day, and you just grew up in a great time that was wrestling.
Jimmy, I remember coming into school vividly one day. We talked about, remember when, was it the Giant pushed Hogan off the top of the stadium with the
Yeah,
monster truck? We were
that was
talking about that. Like, yo,
crazy.
did Hogan die? Did he fall off a friggin' building?
Well, remember when the NWO took over Nitro too? They threw like the lawn dart of Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio into the
That
side.
was, we all thought that was real. I remember coming into school and being like, hey, I think Rey Mysterio is in the hospital. I think his career is over. Arn
Well,
Anderson.
and I think Bischoff tells the story when they did that one night. Like, neighbors are calling the police because they were outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they
like
were they were in what? They were in the back lot of Disney, right?
Universal, I think.
Universal. So people in Universal thought something was going down. So they were making phone calls. I think they were by Disney Springs or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. But like, yeah,
Crazy.
no, I mean, it's just crazy to think like the way those guys just changed the business, like the Hall, Nash, Hogan, like what they did. Yeah, did it
Never
get
be
too big?
forgotten.
What did they get too big? Absolutely. But
Did
you
they have
can't.
big egos? Did they have
Yes,
power trips? Yes.
yes.
They ran it to the ground, but the initial moment of it happening in the first year and a half to 2 years, like our buddy here is saying and how we're talking about it, were some of the best television. And it sparked WWE to kickstart that Attitude Era and really go another notch. So in turn, not only was it great for the business, but it also made the WWF turn into
Because,
what they
like I
became.
said, I've always said this. I think if you can go back to late '96, Austin and Brett, that feud,
Yeah.
going to '97, '97 really is the catalyst of the Attitude Era. We always say '98 and all that when Austin was
97.
the champion, but it's '97 because Brett gets real when he loses to Sid. Is the crying and complaining and all that stuff, and then he cuts that promo with the cage, and
Yep.
we head into rest like. Realistically, they started to make waves then. We're just like we're all focused on people were other than us were focused on ratings. We weren't. We just loved the product,
Yeah.
and they
The
just turned
Heart
it down.
Foundation, baby.
Heart Foundation, baby,
We
reunited the Heart.
I was enjoying both. I was a fan of both, and I found it hard to be like there was something really good going on Nitro. I'm like, oh man, I got to switch back. Like there were some tough nights where you had to make a decision
So
what to
strange.
watch. Oh, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Jimmy, before we get out of here too and get off the wrestling, I'm watching it right now. MJF and Kenny Omega. What do you think of this stipulation that
I like it.
Look, do we need to get rid of that stipulation though?
Yes.
Lose. You're never come in. This the Cody stipulation. You're never getting another.
But yeah, but the
shot.
problem is But the problem is Cody stipulation is once Moxley won the title, he should have been able to like change the stipulation.
Yeah, I don't think we need that stipulation anymore in this company. It doesn't make any sense. But this match is probably going to go a couple more minutes. But let's see who Ospreay's going to wrestle, right, in the UK.
You know, it doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be a banger of a match.
Agreed.
Like, these guys are tearing down the house right now in St. Pete, Clearwater area. Like, these guys, AEW's killing it right now. The alternative.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, again, 96 was a golden age. We had our time. Like, it was just different, man.
Yeah. And you gotta thank those guys for giving us awesome product and changing the business and making it exciting to watch again.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yo, nWo 30 years. Can't believe 30 years of professional wrestling.
Hey, when you're nWo, you're nWo
for life.
life.
Not this. Everybody's like, oh, forever. No, it was always for life. For life. By the way, those promos, those vignettes, the original vignettes with the black and white were sick.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. To this day, Just inspiring stuff, man. Just great stuff. I love it.
Well,
Entertaining.
guys, I believe we're wrapped up here on a nightcap recap here on the live edition. We'll get it up on the YouTube channels. Four Horsemen throwing it up for the Horsemen. Always throw it up.
Appreciate everybody coming in here and interacting. We love you guys, man. Thank you.
We love you guys for interacting with us. Appreciate you all. We'll get it up on YouTube for everybody. Both channels. Check it out. We appreciate everybody who watches along. And we'll be back. I know Lefty's hitting up Oregon soon. And we'll get a SummerSlam preview for everybody. And
absolutely.
And maybe we'll do more of these. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Thank you guys again. Thank you everybody for watching. Appreciate you guys.
Live on site soon. Pay me to do it. Thanks for playing. But everybody tuning in, Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis, nightcap recap. Follow along. 30 years nWo. Throw it up. You know what it is. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
Nightcap recap. What up, fellas?